For people who have never been here, what is it like to be here?
It's
Very
unworldly.
cold.
Yes, but it feels like you're on another planet.
It's been beautiful so far. It's kind of, we saw photos before we came, but it's like blown that out of the water. It's just been amazing. It's beautiful. I mean, you can't really find this in Texas, so.
I mean, it's unlike anything I've ever seen. Coming from Australia, we have beautiful beaches, but this is like unreal.
It's just amazing.
Certainly unlike anywhere else I've been, where the contrast from city to extreme wilderness is very, very harsh.
The light is very harsh.
Yeah.
And it's very eerie, but yet pretty all at the same time.
It's like somebody took the drama level and just went...
Yeah.
Here it is, the grand finale. Iceland's wilderness in all its dry, wet, mossy, icy, volcanic, glacier-dotted splendor. Sure, this show is about Maine wild blueberry jam, and if you missed that, go watch the previous 4 episodes. But to understand Icelanders, the people buying the jam in this series, you have to see, breathe, and live their home. And its quirks.
We're now waiting for the geyser.
Best comes to those who wait.
And we're still waiting. Silent anticipation is deafening here. It's kind of like when you're at the zoo, and it's very nice.
It's the light, it's the soil, it's the lack of trees. It's Iceland like you've seen it on Instagram. If you're a voyeur for social media influencers, maybe you've seen snaps, posts, galleries of these spots. Gullfoss, among the biggest waterfalls in Europe. Thingvellir, where North America and Europe's tectonic plates meet. Geyser, a field of too-hot-to-touch explosive water pools that erupt only whenever they feel they're ready. And this spot, the Black Sands Beach in Vik.
In a 2-hour drive, you can see you're down in canyons or on top of cliffs.
10 years after a crippling recession, the world is marveling at this country with every manner of camera you can think of.
So it's been a really cool, unique experience. Never really seen anything like the landscape here.
The crowds, the awesomeness, the faint but looming specter of injury or death from a rogue wave, it's enough to make you hungry. Hungry for a snack made in Maine. The change from rural to Reykjavik is stark, instant really, but carefully wedged between the national parks and national capital is this place, a suburb called Mosfellsbær. In 2018, the 11,300 people in this town were busy making room for a whole lot more neighbors. People priced out of the capital were seeing this bedroom community as a good place to rest their heads and their big off-road trucks. Nestled at the town's center, near a bunch of fast food joints trying to blend in with Scandinavia, is one last destination for Maine's wild blueberry jam.
You're the owner of this?
Yeah, of this bakery.
How do I say the bakery name?
Mosfellsbakari.
Mosfellsbakari.
Yeah, actually 36 years ago, my mother and father, founded this bakery.
What's the story behind getting this in your store? Do you have an idea?
Yeah, I know, because me and my wife actually picked it up. It's usually, we have been focused on finding things that usually you cannot get in the supermarket.
Up behind the Hunigsbolla, Halfith
Ragnarsson.
stocks a Stonewall Kitchen smorgasbord.
So we try to pick out stuff to sell in our store. That's usually what we do to complement our bread and stuff.
Have you tried this one before? Have you ever been to Maine before?
I've never been there now, but I've tried a lot of stuff from the company. I use there's a pancake thing.
Did you know what Maine was or anything about Maine before you started buying this?
No, but I'm not so good in all those,
Geography?
geography. It's in Canada, right?
No, but close.
Though she declined to talk on camera, a real-life Icelandic woman said that she eats this stuff on bread with cheese, so people do use it, even if they're shy.
That's what really matters. The same people buying the chocolate, pastries, and espresso at Mosfells Bakery are dishing out kroners, approximately $6 and $12 at a time, to buy the wild blueberry jam we've followed from farm to factory to free sample.
I must have a picture of the field somewhere. I know I have at least one. And this is the man who oversees the fields and the operations for the blueberry company, where they get the blueberries for your jam. And this is kind of what the fields look like in the fall, because the blueberries are gone and they mow this, like they cut all the plants down in preparation for the next batch.
So they do it on a big fields like this.
Yeah. And then you can see that this is the soil. It's very dry and gravelly. This is the container yard. This is the back of the container ship, or one of the 3 ships the jams come over on.
How was the trip with the boat?
I can show you that. And then
So did you get,
no, we actually had, I can show you that too. This guy was on the crew and he wasn't feeling well. So he took some of my medicine.
Ah, okay.
And then he said he felt better in a few hours.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, 9 days, nothing.
Is there anything you'd want to say to the people who farm the blueberries?
Oh yeah, invite me to pick some blueberries.
That is the heart of this story. These jars, in a bakery, in a warehouse, in a container, full or empty, are grown, packed, and shipped by people who either love what they do or the people they're working for. Yet no matter how many times a shipment of blueberries leaves these fields, those people rarely, if ever, get a chance to meet each other. But they want to. They're curious about the stories that get vacuum sealed up in these jars. Kirk and I wanted to do something about that. When we got back to Maine, we decided to get a couple of our characters together virtually.
Hello? It's perfect.
Farmer Wayne meets your customer, Peter.
And our customers, they really liked it, especially the blueberry. So
From Helen's in Machias to the Melabuten store in Reykjavik, over an at times shaky wireless connection.
let's just talk slow.
The beginning and end of our wild blueberry-filled journey got to ask each other a few questions.
So you have a big blueberry farm there?
Yes, we have a 100-acre blueberry
Yes,
farm. We've been growing berries since 1920s. My family.
9? Oh my God, I wasn't even born then. And I think I'm old.
I've been growing since early 50s.
Okay. Well, we've been selling fresh blueberries from the States. I don't know if they're from Maine, but fresh blueberries we started with when I was at the store with my father in the, 70s or 80s.
This is fresh, not frozen, or frozen fresh?
No, just fresh, not frozen. Never jam until we had the Stonewall.
We do a huge fresh berry operation.
Okay.
We last year done 30,000 pounds in fresh.
Oh my God. That's what we sell annually, I think, here in Iceland.
The price is affordable to fly them in?
Yes, of course. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to sell it because
Right.
it wouldn't be fresh enough.
Right.
So we have to do it. But we know they are expensive, but it's okay. It's okay. Of course, they're expensive, but it's okay. For quality, it's okay.
This has been very interesting to me. I would like to continue our conversation somehow.
I will come to Maine one day. Take some blueberries there.
All right. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Okay.
Nice meeting you. So we'll try to be in touch then. Okay?
All right.
Thank you so much, Peter.
Yeah.
After the chat, Wayne and I sat down to debrief. I wanted to know if some solutions to the problems facing Wayne and other wild blueberry farmers could be found in conversations like the one he and Peter just had.
But I was very interested in what he does over there with his sales. And it amazed me when he said that they actually are buying fresh packed berries and flying them in. That's something I'd never considered. Maybe I should.
So this just occurred to you?
It just occurred when I talked to him. I never thought of it before. The question I asked him about price, and he said, oh no, they covered that. Well, that's what worried me to try to start this, was to see a consumer absorb the transportation costs. But if he's doing it, then there is a possibility.
That, folks, is the word we're going to leave you pondering, right back in the place where our story began. Possibility. Somewhere out there in Maine, on the sea, in Iceland, may be the ideas and tools that will help Maine wild blueberries and the people that grow them confront their 21st century challenges. The possibility exists that those people and their ideas and tools could be brought together in new ways. If carefully cultivated, those relationships could generate a solution to an economic problem facing an entire region. Maybe someone just needed to tell them their own story. Oh, wait,